Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, I basically want to start this video first off by saying thank you to Odin from OMB Reviews. You see, I won one of the giveaways a while back, and I chose, or one of his 4K giveaways, and I chose Tenet. And I'm glad I did, because I wanted to see Tenet in theaters. Unfortunately, I couldn't because, well, lockdowns, and that's all I'm going to say on it. Also, yes, you may have noticed that I have a longer cap on. This is actually my mask. It just happens to be long enough to fit on my head, so yeah. Anyway, so Tenet is an interesting story. A CIA agent who gets thrown into a world of weird with inversion, physics, time travel. It's all weird, cool, and odd. You time travel by literally inverting yourself. And a lot of it makes sense to a degree, but also doesn't make sense. Because the technology of inversion happens in the future, obviously. And this movie has a lot going for it. This movie is objectively, I would put at an 8.5 out of 10. It is better than average. It's a solid film. It has great score, acting, actors, talent. It's all very well done. Kenneth Branagh, Michael Caine, even Michael Caine being a small part in this movie, he still did a wonderful performance. Kenneth Branagh, I honestly did not recognize him until I was on Lyndon Howell's stream, where he was doing his footy stream yesterday morning, I believe it was for me. And it's like, wait, that was Kenneth Branagh? The guy who directed Thor and was in Harry Potter 2. What? He literally looks nothing like himself. And I'm like, weird. So, as I'm watching this movie, it does get a little bit predictable. Certain things happen, and I'm like, And as those certain things happen, I'm like, okay. Spoilers, folks. I am going to get into spoilers. The moment where the woman in the movie, I can't remember names to save the life of me. I'm very sorry. She sees a woman jumping off her husband's boat. And then he also disappears. And I'm like, okay. That means if this whole time travel thing holds true, that woman she saw may have been herself. And if he had just disappeared, well, that was either a past or present version of him or a future version of him that, well, disappeared because of time travel rules and whatnot. So, yeah. Then, other things go on where Robert Pattinson pulls the mask off of a guy who had an inverted self, and when Robert Pattinson is chasing that guy, he gets his mask off, sees the guy's face, then tosses him the mask, and I'm like, okay, that means he knows the person. So let's break this down. He's working with one person that he knows. There is most likely a chance that this is somebody else he knows. He could possibly be playing the other side, but I'm guessing that this is the main protagonist, whose name is literally protagonist in this movie. Weird. But anyway, I literally called that right. It's like, if I can guess where a movie goes and what is going on in a movie, I usually give points down. But I'm not going to give a lot of points down for this movie because I do think that this movie was well made. The only real core issue that I have with it is the reason why the inversion technology was sent back in time. Well, climate change and resource exhaustion caused the world to become shit in the future. Are you seriously going with that tired old goddamn narrative? that when that was revealed, I'm like, are you kidding me? Climate change is the reason why you guys created inversion tech and time travel and whatnot, and then some douchebag in the past decides to do a hard reset because of it. Come on, man. That's just well retarded. Because if they had other reasons for it, they could have. Or this movie does have an actual setup for a possible sequel. Because spoilers again, there's a lovely little paradoxical moment where Robert Pattinson and the protagonist talk to each other, and he's like, "Who recruited you? I honestly thought you would have figured it out by now. You did. Not you now. You in the future." You literally recruit me, and I recruit you. Yeah. I'm like, well, that just screams Dark. For those of you who don't know, Dark is a Netflix series where there's one situation that is really freaking weird, where a mother is literally her mother's mother. So a deaf girl is literally a deaf girl's daughter, or a deaf woman's daughter is literally her mother. Yeah. Wrap that around your head. Kind of like this. But, yeah, I'm not going any further than that. But I'm like, okay, so the whole multiple of people being in... Robert Pattinson broke all the rules in this movie. He had, like, 3 different selves in one time. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? I mean, I almost had a seizure trying to wrap my head around it. But for the most part, this movie is very solid. I do enjoy it. I, for the most part, cannot understand why I did not recognize Kenneth Branagh as his character Andre. It's like, wait, that was Kevin Branagh. I'm still shocked about that, folks. I saw this movie yesterday, and it's like, what the fuck? So, yeah. The end of the movie where where the protagonist is like literally drops a bomb and it's like, yeah, you work for me because I'm working for me and I know everything. He put it all together and he's manipulative in such a great way. And I thought that it was really well done. So, honestly, folks, objectively, this movie is very well put together. Acting, cinematography, visual effects, all of it is actually very well done. It is an 8.5 out of 5. Where subjectively, I would put this movie at a 9 out of 5. There is the whole climate change being the reason why inversion tech was created. They could have just gone with something else. This whole climate change bullshit in real life is just getting to me, you know? It's become a peeve. The story is still good. I mean, there was a couple of twists, but for the most part, I also was able to predict some of it. So it does lose a point. Moviegoer, I was completely engrossed. I absolutely loved this movie. It's like I didn't want to miss a beat of this movie as I watched it. So moviegoer, it's 10 out of 10. Anyway, folks, that is going to be my thoughts and review of the movie Tenet. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Did you see Tenet? Did you like it? What was your thoughts on it? Let me know all that stuff, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.